You know, a lot of you were asking on Twitter during the game how I watch the games. Could you watch the games with me? So here's just a little clip of me watching tonight's game. Vic Lombardi taught me that. It's how the best reporters watch the games. And I'm gonna be the fucking best. Hello, That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon McManus. Tonight I'm drinking one of my favorite beers from Dry Dock Brewery, the Sour Apricot. I like it because the mermaid on the can looks like my wife. Only she can swim better. And no, that's not a paid sponsorship. That's just me drinking their beer because it fucking tastes good. If you're tuning in, you may have just watched the Broncos destroy the 49ers in preseason 33-10. I mean 14. And I have one question to ask you. Who's your favorite ref in the NFL? Wrong, it's Pete Morelli announcing 30 penalties on the same damn play.
The receiving team holding, number 46. Holding, number 81. Block in the back, number 80.
It's the grocery list here.
Personal foul, number 2 of the receiving team, blocking while out of bounds. Holding, number 18
Come on, Pete.
of their kicking team. With all that, it's an offset.
And I know what you're thinking. You just love Pete Morelli because you both have super hairy arms. A call to arms. Boop beep bop beep boop boop beep. Ring ring. Hello, Pete. It's me, Brandon McManus. Great job tonight calling the game. Uh-huh. No, that's disgusting. Okay. Yes, and please return my weed whacker so I can trim my arm hair, Pete. I'll see you Saturday. Roll those Twitter intros that you all sent in.
That's good, Broncos!
It's Caleb. That's good, Broncos.
Brandon McManus, I'm here with my Uncle Robert, and that's good, Broncos!
That's good, Broncos.
JP Atlantis, I don't think your girlfriend or wife likes my show. Probably time for a new wife.
That's good, Broncos!
I will personally pay for your divorce because I don't think she showed me the proper amount of respect. If you were hoping that Paxton Lynch was going to win the QB job tonight, your hopes suffocated like a teenage Swedish boy in a face-sitting contest with a 300-pound divorcee. But if you're like me, that's how your grandparents fell in love. Right? Now, I'm not going to poo-poo on Lynch, but he did not look comfortable in the offense tonight. He wasn't making his reads correctly, and he threw the ball to covered receivers a few times when he had wide open, easy throws that would have moved the chains. He finished the night 9 of 13 for 39 yards, 0 TDs, 0 picks, and 0 of his fans chirping loudly on Twitter like usual. But all the people still divided on the quarterback battle are taking Lynch's poor performance, saying Siemian's still shit. How do we please all you guys? How do we please everybody? Siemian played pretty damn good tonight, and it's still not enough for you. You still want to crap on him too. I think people just like crapping on things. I didn't like seeing Paxton Lynch play bad tonight. I was hoping he was gonna go out there and fucking ball so I could just get all right behind him. I could just get behind him and support Paxton Lynch. That's all I wanna do is support him from behind. But I couldn't do it because he didn't perform. So, I'm rooting for both guys. Siemian looked like the better quarterback tonight. Now, Paxton's most egregious error was not seeing a wide open Demaryius Thomas on 3rd down while nearly throwing a pick to a double covered Virgil Green. Luckily, after that, a punt bounced off a 49er and Lynch got the ball back on the 11-yard line. The 49ers were called for pass interference, which put the ball on the 1. CJ Anderson scored on his 3rd attempt from the 1-yard line. That's what was more alarming to me than the way Lynch played. seeing the Broncos run game struggle in short yardage situations. Now, Siemian looked really good. He looked better than last week. He finished the night with 8 of 11, 93 yards, and a touchdown. I think 128 passer rating or something. I think he's gonna win the starting job. And I think he will start next week against the Packers if the Broncos don't make a decision beforehand. Bottom line, he just looked more comfortable than Paxton. It looked like he knew where to go with the ball. He never really misfired, and he took a nasty hit. So I'd say he's ready to lead the Broncos to at least 3 Super Bowls, and that's a conservative estimate. And by conservative, I mean Donald Trump conservative, where you just say crazy things and people tolerate it. 3 Super Bowls for Trevor Siemian. Brian Hoyer actually looked pretty good until the ball just squirted out of his hand right after I tweeted that he looked good. That resulted in a fumble that the Broncos recovered. Hoyer really did look decent tonight, even though none of his teammates wanted to hold on to the ball. The Broncos took away the ball from San Francisco four times in the first half. Chris Lewis-Harris had a terrific interception, just snatching the ball away as he and the receiver fell to the ground at the same time. Very impressive, Chris Lewis-Harris. I think the 49ers gave it up like 5 or 6 times throughout the evening. Very slutty of them. I do have to congratulate Garrett Bowles for getting his first career tackle. How do you call that a flag, refs? How do you call that a penalty? Brandon McManus easily made all 4 of his field goal attempts, including a 78-yarder as reported by ESPN incorrectly. ESPN, if a kicker broke the NFL field goal record by 13 yards, you think that shit would be trending on Twitter. And they did not correct it. Hours later, it was still listed that he made a 78-yarder. McManus was perfect, except for the fact that he couldn't tackle that guy from San Francisco who scored on a kickoff. From one Brandon to another, run faster, dude. DeAngelo Henderson, oh man. Henderson looked great again. He is quick, but he can fucking cut on a dime. He caught 2 passes down the field. He was playing basically as a receiver some of the times. He took one of those for a touchdown. It was called back. And on both plays, he made defenders miss and miss hard. Jordan Taylor ended up getting the touchdown after Henderson's was called back. And Taylor's play was impressive as well. He had a great catch, fought his way into the end zone. Great throw by Siemian. Back to Henderson. Not only was he great on offense, he had a great special teams play. Great. I'm gonna keep saying great because my vocabulary is limited. But on that punt, he outran the coverage, shed a block, and then tackled the punt returner. The dude can do it all. He's a big dick player if I've ever seen one, and I'm going to say he will be Elway's best draft pick from this year by far. The Broncos went into the half up 20-0. CJ Anderson went into the half up because of a fresh bump of cocaine raging through his system. Last week, Jamal Carter was all over the field for the Broncos secondary. This week, the guy I noticed was Chris Lewis-Harris, but also another Harris, Shelby Harris. The big man in the middle. He batted down a pass, stripped a ball, recovered his own strip. And with so many injuries on the defensive line, that is a positive thing to take home tonight. Put in your pillow and sniff while you dream of the regular season. Yeah, I might be a little tipsy. Hammer Pound scored a late touchdown, which was immediately followed by that 104-yard kick return by the 49ers that I gave Brandon McManus shit for. It was really 100% McManus' fault. And I'm not too worried about that kick return. Last week, we saw the Broncos special teams units struggle a little bit in coverage situations. This return happened late in the game, so I'm not even sure what level of personnel were out on the field, what guys were out there covering the kick. I could go back and look, but I'm not gonna. I'm guessing they are the fringe players trying to make the roster, so I'm not gonna freak out yet. And that's about it. All around, very good game for the Broncos, as the score suggests. I think the biggest thing they need to work on before they play the Packers is discipline on the offensive line. There are quite a few penalties. Garrett Bowles had a couple. Want to see them reduce the number of penalties next week, and I want to see the offensive line perform better in short yardage situations. DeAngelo Henderson, you can do no wrong, my friend. You better subscribe to my channel. The real sponsor of this show is SeatGeek. Download the SeatGeek app with the link in my description. If you use my promo code, that's good, you're gonna get $20 off your first order. That's a hell of a deal. I use SeatGeek all the time to order Broncos tickets or concert tickets, comedy tickets. Like I said, any sort of ticket you want, use their app. They rank their ticket prices so you know whether or not you're getting a good deal. There's previews of the seats, and they're a sponsor of this show. If that's not a good enough reason for you to use them, I don't know what is.
That's Good Broncos.
Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Broncos. Subscribe here on YouTube. If you're already subscribed, click the little bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notifications when I upload the videos. On Twitter, @Brandon Perna. This is good. This is a late night. It's a late night video.